welcome to our YouTube. It's another weekend for our weekly analysis where we talk about what I expect of the market the previous week and what actually comes to fruition. Today's date is 24th of the month of May 2025. While the analysis I'll be making today will be what I'll be using to view the market from on the 26th till on the 30th of May 2025. So let's dive straight into today's business. What were we watching last week and what actually happened in the market? So last week I was interested in market price gravitating towards 102. So if we should see a movement above 102, if we should see a movement above 102 big figure, then we should be able to see 103 and afterward. But the market price is yet to cross and stay above this yellow line here, the consequent encroachment of that box, the consequent encroachment of this yellow line, the market price is yet to deliver it. So that level is still serving as a resistance to the price. So, and as far as long as we still remain below it, I'm still expecting the market price to gravitate towards that level, because I'll be watching how the market will react to this yellow line in this blue area now. So if it should serve as a support to the price, then we should be able to see 100, 500 again, 101 big figure again. If it should serve as a support to the price, I mean the market price was unable to drop below that, then I'll be interested in 100, 100.500 and 101 big figure. But the moment that level, that yellow line in this blue shaded area serves, the market price pierces through it and it turns to a resistance to the price, then I will be watching 97 big figure only when this line is crossed. I think that was around, what was the level there, 98, let's say 98,500. So 98,500, the coming week 98,500 will be my decision point. If it happens to be a support to the price, then I'll be watching the market price. If 98,500 serves as a support to the price, then I'll be watching 100 and above. But if the level 98,500 serve as a resistance to the price, then I'll be watching 97 big figure. So let's go to our cable. On cable last week, I was interested in making my decision around 1.34 thousand. Making my decision around 1.34 thousand. So 1.84 thousand has been taken, but now it does not serve as a resistance to the price again. It does not serve as a resistance to the price because I was expecting if the market stays below 1.34 thousand, that means if it serves as a resistance to the price, then we should be able to see 1.31 thousand. We should be able to see 1.31 thousand. but 1.31 thousand was not traded into. Rather, we found our way above 1.34 thousand. We found our way above 1.34 thousand. So the coming week, what am I watching? So I'll be going back into 1.34 thousand to make my next decision. So 1.34 thousand will be my next point. So if 1.34 thousand remain a support to the price, then we should be able to see 1.38 thousand. We should be able to see movement as far as 1.38 thousand. That is 1.34 thousand, 35, 36 and co. So if 1.34 thousand serve as a support to the price, then we should be able to see movement into 1.38 thousand towards 1.38 thousand. But if it serve as a resistance, that means when the market drops below it, then we should be able to see movement into 1.31 thousand. So those levels still remains my stand. Then Euro USD, which is our fiber. Fiber last week I was watching 1.11 thousand, 1.11 thousand to hold the price below, above, sorry. So it should serve as a resistance to the price, and we should be able to see 1.3 thousand. But the market went against it. The market price went against that level. So my next decision point will be what I have, the level I have right from time, 1.12757. That is my next decision point, 1.12757. If the market price stays above it, that means if it serves as a support to the price, then we should be able to see 1.15 thousand. Yes, we should be able to see the market move 1.15 thousand. Though this level here, this high here is the lowest hanging fruit. That's around 1.143306. 1.14306. That is on what? On fiber. If the level 1.12757 remains a support to the price. But if the market price drops below 1.12757 and it becomes a resistance, then I'll be interested in 1.11 thousand again and lower. So S&P 500. S&P 500 last week I was interested in from 6,000 to 6,100. So 6,100 was the FI. So 6,000 was unable to be traded into. We couldn't get 6,000. Yeah, we couldn't get 6,000. The I was 95972.10. That was the high of that candle, and that was the high of that week. So 6,000 was unable to be traded into. So what would I be watching? I'll be watching how the market price will react to this yellow area, shaded area. So I'll be watching how the market price will react to that level. I'm still interested in going into this actual gap here, which is a real liquidity void. So the coming week, I'll be expecting the market price to stay in the lower part of this box here, come up. The lower part here. As long as this lower part, the market price stays below this level, then I'll be interested in this area here. If we remain below that level, then I'll be watching this level here. That is around 56.94. So 56.94 will be the lowest hanging fruit for S&P 500. 56.94 will be my decision point. But I'm still interested in the market price visiting 6,000 if we could gravitate above this level. If the market price found its way above this level, and that level happens to hold the price, so if the market price trade above 58.50, yes, if 58.50 was traded into and it happens to be a support to the price, then we should be able to see 6,000. But if the market price found resistance around 58.50, if it found resistance around 58.50, then we should be able to see 56.94. So let's go to our Dow futures. Dow last week, I was interested in the market price founding support around 42,000, finding its way into 42,000 Nigerian about. So if you should get to support around that area, then we should be able to see 42,800. But last week, oh, very good. So the market price has seen 41,500. Nice one. So 41,500 was traded into. So then the coming week, I'll be interested in Dow futures visiting 42 again. 42 again. Though 42,800 was taken, but we could not see the market price trade into 43 because the eye of this candle comes in at 42,875. So we could not see 43, but the level 42,000 had also been defied, and my next level for my last level of defense was 41,500. So if the level 41,500 remain is resistance to the price 41,500, then we should be able to see our movement back into 42,500. We should be able to see our movement back into 42,500. 42,500, 42,000 is the lowest hanging fruit. So then Nasdaq last week, I was interested in the market price founding a support around 21,000, I think, yeah, and should be able to give us movement. So to the downside, 21,500, yes, 21,000, sorry, 21 21,000 could not hold that price, but the market dropped. It dropped. So now my first TP downward has been taken. You can see first TP downward has been taken. So now, how will I be watching it? I'll be watching 21,200 as my decision point. 21,200. If 21,200 remain a resistance to the price, then we should be able to see 2300. We should be able to see 2300. But if 21,200 was traded to and it found itself to be a support to the price, then we should be able to see movement into 21,500. Yes, we should be able to see 21,500. We should be able to see 21,500 if the market price trades into 2,200. So 2,200 will be my decision level. I don't want this video to be lengthy. 21,200. So if the market price found its way into that level and it sustained the upper run, the up movement, then you should be able to see 21,500. So then we should go to gold. Gold last week I was interested in 30, 50, 3,100. 3,100. So 3,100. This movement was short of some movement into 3,100. So 3,100 was unable to, the market price was unable to get to 3,100. So what will I be watching, or how will I be watching it? I'll be expecting the market price to gravitate toward 3,500 again. This high here looks suspicious. So 30, 34. What's the high of this candle? 34.72. So that will be the lowest hanging fruit. 34.72. So if the market price found resistance around 3,500, then we should be able to see that, we should be able to see 3,000. So if 3,500 could not hold the price, then the up movement continues, but we are yet to get to 3,500. So let's go to the last but not the least, the BTC. BTC last week I was interested in the movement into 108 big figure, 108,000 up to 110,000. So 110,000 has been taken on BTC. So I think what I will be watching personally, I'll be watching um a movement back into 105, 105, 104. So I'm watching 105, 104, 105,000, 104,000. But as far as we stays above 110,000, we should be able to see 115. That is 115,000. But now we are still below 110,000. So 110,000 is decision level though. So as a support to the price, we should be able to see 115. So as a resistance to the price, we should be able to see 105, then 104,000. So thank you for coming this far with us. Thank you for being part of the family. We really love and appreciate you. This will be all for this week. The fact that, a quick disclaimer, I am not a licensed financial advisor. The fact that I put my money behind it doesn't mean you should do the same thing. I run in loss, I bear my consequence. Profit, the money does not come to you. So you should know your risk appetite before coming into the forex industry. The social media has painted the forex industry as a get rich quick scheme, but I'm telling you, it's not a get rich quick scheme, but it is a must get rich as long as you don't give up. So have a nice weekend, be safe and trade responsibly. Bye for now.